knew I didn't want to do this. Cry, that is. Can't believe this time is gone. I was asking, compose myself. Gee, what have we done all these few years in life? And I started reflecting on some of the relationships that I've had, the friendships, the associations, memberships, all this. I started going back, well, gee, if it wasn't for Sigma Nu, if it wasn't for the San Diego State Marching Band, where the heck would I be at this point in time? I don't know. A fraternity brother at Sigma Nu said, hey, I'm doing this thing over at KCR. And I said, well, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'll give it a try. I was talking to Ken at one of our meetings back a ways, and he says, Ken, he was GM at the time. I said, I don't know if you remember, but I was also a disc jockey there. He says, really? And I'd have to get a photograph of Ken Kramer to remind me of what the guy looked like back then, because I don't remember you that much back when we were in college. Well, I told him, I says, that ugly logo that was painted on the wall of that little studio? I was the guy that made it. And that was some time back. I want to thank Tom Carlo. I want to Tom Metter, Ellen, Tony, John Whalen, all those guys that were just part of our history back at KPBS many moons ago. It was one Friday morning I called Channel 10 and spoke with Gil Jimenez and Bill Struby, old guys, and they said, Al, we got a freelance job for you in Bakersfield. You're willing to go to Bakersfield for 2 weeks? And I'm saying, well, I'm born and raised in San Diego and really never been beyond the Santa Barbara border. I said, sure, what the hell? So that afternoon, I'm on a flight into Bakersfield going into some cloud bank, and it was Thule fog that never lifted for like months, it seemed like. And the first radio station I clicked on going through Bakersfield, sign was going through, was a new kid in town, the Eagles. There's these little anecdotes, you sights and sounds and music that you remember, and that's part of your history, and that's part of what you remember. And that was my first song that just said, hey, I'm in broadcasting now, and I'm the new kid in town, and I did put a mark in Bakersfield. KERO was a great little station. They hired me there, and I owe a lot to those folks in the valley. I just moved on to our folks up in the Bay Area. I remember working with KNTV once, and my office was right across from my darkroom, and I happened to rush out in between the hallway, and here I bump into someone, and it's this big, seems like 7 foot tall guy, but it was a big security guy and the guy right behind him was Mayor Pete Wilson, Governor Pete Wilson. And so now I'm between this security guy and the governor, and I Mayor Pete, and as he was known back then. I grew up in the San Diego area, and that was a fun little encounter, and not a gaga of meeting folks, but my other great encounter was one Promax ABC meeting where I was at Century Plaza, the elevator's going down, the door opens up, and I take one step out, looked up, and it was David Brinkley walking into my elevator by myself. And I said, I missed the wrong floor. So I went back up with David Brinkley. That was really cool. At all those meetings, you meet all sorts of these stars and stuff, and I can go on, but I want to thank you very, very much for this great honor. these folks in this list, I'm honored to be included in this. I know that many of the times it's the guys behind the scenes don't get a little bit of recognition. So like the Padres, here's my spotlight. Thank you very much. And I'd also like to say to my wife and son, thank you.